Hello, I'm Joy Kroll, and I'm the director of the Future Leaders of the World Project. We help school districts increase their students' GPA, reduce incidents of disruptive behavior, and reduce absence and tardiness. We do that without adding any new work for the teachers. There's no lesson plans for the teachers to write, and there's no papers for the
Was a
teachers to
time
correct.
when kids got up in the morning, had their breakfast, went to school, sat reasonably quiet in their seats, and learned what the teacher was teaching. That was in the old world. It's not like that anymore. It's a new world out there. Kids come to school with so many issues today and problems. Everything from negative world, they come from homeless situations, they come from abused situations, there's issues of abandonment, they're homeless, and so much more. Homes headed by single parents, many with little or no supervision after school. Many of the parents don't have a greater education, and so it's difficult for them to instill in their children the importance of getting an education. And a lot of our kids don't have a support system to help them. Now, add to that the availability of drugs and alcohol and pornography and the economic system. Layer that on top of it, along with the violence in our world, all brought to your home every day via the internet. And we get 1 million kids dropping out of school every year and growing. There's three things that we have to do differently, that we have to focus on. Number one, we have to get kids to come to school every day. If they're not there, you can't teach them. Number two, we have to get them to come on time. And number three, they have to come motivated to learn, to do the work that we're asking them to do. Some common mistakes that are made about kids today are people think kids don't want to learn. This is absolutely not true. They just don't want to learn what you're teaching them. They want to learn what they're interested in. They want to learn what's important to them. A long time ago, I learned that if you want somebody to do something, you find out what they want and then show them how to get what they want by doing what you want. We have created with the Flow Project a way for students to be motivated to one, come to school every day, number two, come on time, and number three, remove disruptive behavior from the classroom. They also develop practical life skills, strong work ethics, and they gain personal and business financial awareness. All of this, again, without adding any additional work for the teacher or the administrator. There's no lesson plans to write, and there are no papers to correct.
My name is Nicole Ames Powell. I'm the math coach at Noble School.
Okay, Ms. Powell, you were instrumental in bringing the Flow Project to Noble School. Tell us, what was your first impression and most memorable impression of the project?
And my first impression was that it sounded like a wonderful program that gave the students a real life opportunity to see what it's like to earn money based on your education. I think that the kids' initial reaction to it was positive. A lot of the students that participated in it really got something out of it. My most memorable moment was at the awards ceremony. The two students who received, I think it was like $100,000 based on their GPA, and then actually got a $100 gift certificate from the program, was wonderful.
What is the thing that you will take away from having been involved with the Flow Project?
Just the value of having the students use real life application with the mathematics.
And you saw the actual application of what you're teaching in math with the program?
Absolutely, yes. With the most memorable moment was I guess when the students figured out how much money they were going to be making based on their grade point average, and some of them really strived to achieve more, and that was very positive.
So you actually saw them trying to improve their grades.
Yes.
That experience, did you find that the kids actually tried to improve their grade?
Yeah. The thing I remember most was probably, like Miss Powell said, the ending program where they all figured out they got their rewards and their gift certificates and everything, and they looked back and they were like, oh wow, what I did really affected what I'm getting out of life. It's the same thing in real life. How much work you put in is what you're going to get out of it. So I think they really realized that at the end, and that was the most effective part.
What did you think of the closing program?
It was wonderful. All the food, the students really appreciate it.
You weren't in the Future Leaders of the World project, but you came over and helped out at the closing ceremony. What was your impression of the Future Leaders of the World project?
I think that it was very nice, and I liked the way that they got all the certificates and they got their awards and everything, and they got invited to the Palace Auburn Hills.
Great, and it made it possible for you to come down here to this Get Motivated seminar. What's been your impression of the Get Motivated seminar so far?
I think that it was very nice, and they gave me a lot of tips and everything.
And what have you learned? What is the one thing that you remember that you've learned here?
I learned to keep my head up and be the best that I can.
Thanks a lot. And you brought your mom with you too.
Yes.
Mom, how do you feel about being here with the Future Leaders of the World today?
It's been a real great inspiration, and I'm glad I came because I'm learning a lot that I didn't know, and now I know and I can help them progress even further.
Wonderful. We're so glad to have you with us. Now, you're Ashley's brother. What is your impression of being here today? What have you taken away from this seminar?
Well, I learned a lot about that things are possible and nothing is impossible. So that's what I have learned.
Thanks. Tell us your name.
Dorian Powell.
Dorian, we're so glad to have you with us.
We look forward to working with you to help today's students become tomorrow's leaders. This is Joy Kroll, and I look forward to hearing from you.